Yeah, we are laying up good stuff. Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Backdraft, and welcome to another episode on the Symmetria server. This is episode number 15. Thank you so much for joining me today. And a lot has happened since the last episode. First and foremost, let me get over here and land down in front of the Agrabah Palace so that we can talk about some fun stuff. So, since last episode, I have finally hit 500 subscribers! Thank you guys so much. Everyone who has subscribed over the past few years, I thank you so much. I can't really express in words how much that means to me. I have so much fun making these videos, and I'm glad that you guys are enjoying. And as a special treat to everybody that has subscribed, if you head over to my 500 subscribers special video, which I will link at the top of this description, the top of the description of this video. I can't English today. But anyway, I will link at the top of the description of this video a link to my 500 subscribers special where you guys can have a chance to win a brand new Razer Elite gaming mouse. That is the Razer Death Adder. You guys can have a chance to enter in a free giveaway. All you have to do is leave a comment on that video. I don't care what you put down, and make sure you subscribe to the channel and you will be entered into the giveaway. And if we can get 75 or more people to enter the giveaway, I will add a second mouse to the giveaway, so you will have 2 chances to win. So make sure to tell all your friends to head over and check out that giveaway. Also, I don't know when I'll be uploading this episode. I think it'll probably be after, but I will be doing a face reveal live stream. If I upload this episode after, you guys can go check it out on the live streams portion of my channel and check out the face reveal. We'll also be showing you guys Georgie, my puppy. Of course, you guys will get to meet him as well. So we had ourselves a live stream not that long ago, and we spent most of the time in that collecting up the resources we need to build our netherwood farm. So in the last episode, if you haven't seen it yet, I recommend you go check it out. We built a fully automatic netherwood farm for our friend Fluffy Butt, and it has been working wonders for him. There's a few kinks that it has that hopefully he has been able to work out. There's a couple things that I did to change it around to make sure that those kinks no longer happen. And we're going to be building this one for ourselves over here in one of the towers at the Agrabah Palace. So we have all the ancient debris that we need. We have a bunch of other items that we needed for this build. It took us quite a bit, a couple hours to collect all the items and resources that we needed for this build. So we will be doing that first thing in this episode. Real quick, the other thing that we started on that live stream was we finally started the space for my micro farms. I don't know if I've ever mentioned to you guys, but I've always wanted to build this space underneath the base all season. I haven't got around to doing it yet, but I wanted to build a little space where I can just build up a bunch of micro farms and be able to farm a bunch of different things. Right now, we just have the stone farm right here, which we have used to gather up all the stone we need for the netherwood farm. I'm also going to be building things like crop farms and a basalt generator, maybe a concrete converter, a bunch of other things down here. And eventually we will also put our vaults, which is going to be a super awesome build. Stay tuned for that. That's going to come down here somewhere as well. And this right here is the tower where we will be building our netherwood farm. It is really crazy that it's actually just as tall as it needs to be, give or take a few blocks to fit the entire farm. It's going to come all the way down to the ground here and go pretty much all the way up to the top of the spire. There is a lot of materials that we needed for this, and we were able to collect them all in that live stream, like I said. Now, I already built this farm last episode in a time lapse, so I don't think we're going to put this one into a time lapse. There are some other plans I have for the rest of this episode. Maybe we'll get a time lapse out. Maybe we won't. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this build, and I will give you guys some progress updates when I have some. I'll see you in a bit. We are fresh off a live stream. Symmetria live stream weekend is now currently wrapping up at the time I am recording this. If you guys missed out on any of the live streams from any of the very, very talented Minecrafters on the server, make sure to check them out on Twitch and on YouTube. I have the full schedule of everybody who streamed on my Twitter if you guys want to run over there and check that out. We had a lot of fun with the live stream weekend, and we got the majority of the skeleton of the farm built, and I just started putting in some of the redstone. As you can see, there is still a whiles to go. So we have the dispenser systems down here pretty much good to go. We just got to put the nylium in and the hopper minecarts down here. Couple more little doodads over here. We got the dropper elevator going on over there already. And the next thing that we have to do is we have to finish up this little area up way at the top, which is where the dispensers for the TNT are going to go, which is going to break the trees, of course. So like I said, this is the same design that I built for Fluffy Butt last episode, or was it 2 episodes ago? I can't remember now. It's the same design, so you guys should be familiar with it already. If you missed that episode, go and check it out. And then after that, we just have to finish up the storage system and we should be good to go. I think we'll start doing some testing. And then after that, the last thing to do would be to have a couple AFK sessions and make sure that this thing works. So I'm going to press on and I will bring you guys back when I have another update. I think we're finally all set with the farm. I am not used to jumping that high. We are finally all set with the farm. So if we pop over here, I'll show you guys exactly what we got going on. So we have the on-off switch right here, which is pretty cool. This is all built on the exterior of the tower where the farm is built. We got 2 storage columns right here, one for the warped wood. I actually have a spot of stack in there already because I did do some testing with the farm. And one for the shroom lights. Now the shroom lights, I don't have a filter for those. I'm just kind of turning those into bone meal right now. But if we ever do need shroom lights, we can just add the filter and get shroom lights from this farm as well. So if I take you guys inside, you can see the ins and out of the farm. So we have the 3 nylium blocks in the middle here, which will constantly get bone mealed. There's a dispenser right here, which will feed that bone meal to those pieces, those blocks of nylium. And then up top, we have 3 more dispensers filled with bone meal, which will bone meal any of the warped fungus that we end up with. It looks like we have 1 warped fungus in there right now. So when we turn the farm back on, that will grow into a tree. Now, if we go all the way up to the top, which I'll just shoot up there real quick. Hopefully I don't die. And, oh, I fell. There we go. So we're now up at the top where the TNT dispensers are. We have this one here and this one right here. So they're loaded up with about 7.5 stacks of TNT each. I used up pretty much all the gunpowder I had and then some. I had to make another trip to our community witch farm to get some more to load these bad boys up. So the top TNT comes with this little clock right here, which will hold the TNT in place using this piston for about 3 or 4 seconds, and that will make sure that the TNT explodes at a certain height in order to break more of the tree. The bottom one just falls immediately and lands on the obsidian block at the bottom there, which will destroy most of the base of each of the trees. So I have enough TNT in here right now to AFK for about 5 or 6 hours or so, and I've loaded up a ton of bone meal down below. I've already done a few minutes or so of testing. Obviously, I've done a bunch of testing in creative worlds and already worked out a bunch of tweaks with this. I'm not sure if there are any other tweaks that we need to be aware of, so hopefully when I AFK, this thing doesn't destroy my base. But yeah, I think it's time for some AFK, and I will catch up with you guys and let you know the results. We ended up AFKing at this farm for about 2 hours, and I'll show a little bit of the footage of that time so you can clearly see that the farm is working pretty well. We're breaking the majority of the blocks. There are cases where some of the items do get lost or despawn or get destroyed by the TNT, but for the most part, most of the blocks will be collected. And after that 2 hours, we ended up with this haul. It's about 12-ish stacks of wood, which is consistent with the rate of the farm, which is about 6 to 7 stacks of wood per hour. I am extremely, extremely happy with that. We are definitely going to be doing some more AFK with this farm, but for now, there's a couple other things I want to do in this episode. Alrighty, we are over at a fellow Symmetrian's base by the name of Duns because we have our first redstone project of the episode, and that is to build a super smelter, and not just any super smelter, not just like the ones that I've been building all season long. No, this is a big old super smelter. So this one's gonna have a 47 furnace array with self-loading minecarts and all kinds of gadgets and fun stuff so that he can smelt all kinds of items. I think he needs a bunch of stone for a few projects that he's doing, so we are building him a very, very, very large super smelter, similar to the one that I built in my single player survival series a little while ago. So yeah, let's get started on this bad boy. Alrighty, we have another satisfied customer. So let me give you guys the tour around the super smelter. Up top here, we have 47 furnaces. And don't ask me why I ended up with 47. That's just kind of the way I designed it. I don't really know. Essentially, you could do as many furnaces as you want. But anyway, we have an output chest directly in the middle where we just did a test actually with some stone and we got some smooth stone to confirm that this bad boy works. You could also go around and collect all of the experience if you want at whatever point. Kind of a little glitch there with the chest. I don't know what's going on. Over here we have the input where you would put what you want to smelt. You just kind of got to go down and smack the chest. And over here is where you put the fuel. Now we have it kind of buried in the floor because underneath is where the hopper minecart loaders are. So I'll just take a little journey down here. We also have scaffolding set up so you can get down here a little easier. This is the hopper minecart system setup for the input. And over here we have the same setup for the fuel. So the way that this is working, the redstone's a little sloppy because this is kind of an old design that I had. But essentially what's going on is we have the hopper minecart here. And this detector rail here is feeding this comparator, and the chest up here is feeding this comparator. So I guess I don't have to get into super specific detail, but what's happening essentially is if the hopper minecart is full, it will go and go until it is empty, or if there are items in the no more items in the chest, I should say, then the hopper minecart will then fire off. So there's two ways the hopper minecart can go. One is if it's full, two is if there's no more items in the chest. And that's kind of how we have the redstone set up. So this circuit here is controlling whether or not the hopper minecart is full. If that redstone signal can depower this torch here, this piston will pull back and let the hopper minecart go. And the second way is if the chest is empty, it would fire off this piston here, which will, well, if there's items in the chest, this piston will fire off, blocking this redstone path here, which also leads that torch over there. So once it's empty, this piston, I don't know why I can't concentrate. This piston here will pull back and depower this torch once again and letting the hopper minecart go. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. It's a little sloppy. There's probably some optimization you could do here. But yeah, for now, this should work just fine. And over here, of course, it's the same exact design. Let me know your guys' thoughts. We have another satisfied customer. Thanks, Duns. He already paid. He actually gave us 36 diamonds, which is a lot more than what I said I was going to charge. We were just going to charge 30. He ended up giving us 36, which was really, really nice of him. But yeah, so one another thing I wanted to do in this episode was beacon up my base. And to do that, I decided upon 12 beacons, 3 beacons per corner of the base. And to do that, of course, we needed a bunch of nether stars. So I went on a little adventure with my buddy Dark Solid, and he took me out deep into the nether to his wither skeleton farm. He actually slabbed up a gigantic portion of the nether surrounding a nether fortress so that mass amounts of mobs would spawn inside of it and you could just plow through and kill as many of them as you possibly could. So I'll roll a couple clips here. You can see us just rolling through. There's so many mobs that are spawning and I got tons of loot. I got a bunch of blaze rods, a bunch of coal, amongst some other things, a lot of bones, and of course we were able to get 36 wither skeleton skulls in just a matter of about an hour or so. So once we had all the skulls, we headed over to, there is a community wither killing station designed by Zavom on the server. At the roof of the nether, you just place down the soul sand and the wither skeleton skulls, and the wither gets caught in the bedrock and you just kill them. It only took us a couple minutes to grind through all the 12 withers that we needed to do. So now that I have these nether stars, I'm going to create a bunch of beacons and we will power up our base. I think we're gonna do haste 2, regen, and jump boost, I think is what we're gonna do for now. And if I need any other power-ups, I could always switch them around. So I will show you guys what we end up with. So here's what we ended up with. I ended up needing to get 3 more beacons in order to cover all of the parts of my base, I guess, because the corner beacons wouldn't actually reach into the very center of the base and provide the power-ups. So in each corner of the base, we have 3 beacons. I just kind of dug a little ways down into the earth beneath the walls of the corners of the base. And I decided to go with yellow beacon beams because I think it kind of matches the spires and kind of lights up the corners of the base really nicely. So we have 3 full tier beacons, and the power-ups that I decided to go with were double jump, resistance, regen, and haste 2. So in each corner of the base, we have these 3 beacon beams, and it's actually kind of cool with the nighttime right now. You can really see how well it's lighting up the corners of the base. Now, I had to get 3 more, like I said, because I needed to be able to have the power-ups in the center of the base, and where I did that is right at the top of the spire here. So we're going to pop up, and in this case, I put a little bit of a dent in my gold block stocks because I decided to use gold blocks in here because, of course, this is our entrance to our gold farm. And I just added some glass at the top of the central spire so that the beacon beams can shine through. And once again, we have the same exact power-ups. So I did a little bit of AFK at my gold farm to replenish the stocks of the gold blocks. And by the way, we're just a little over 2 double chests of gold blocks. We still need another 2.5 double chests to reach our goal and replace all of the yellow concrete in the spires with gold. If I make more progress on that, of course, in the future, I will keep you guys posted. But yeah, our base is now fully beaconed up. There is always so much work to do and so little time as it feels. There's always so many projects that still need to be finished, and for that, there's always another episode, because that is all of time I have for this one. If you liked it, please do not hesitate to hit that thumbs up, and if you're looking forward to future episodes on the Symmetria server, then hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications, and be sure to check out my 500 subscribers special video for your chance to win a brand new Razer Death Adder gaming mouse. It is completely free to enter. Just subscribe to the channel, leave a comment on that video, and I will see you guys again. Take care. Bye-bye.
Playing the place to be, yeah, yeah, yeah.